question about Vajrasattva and Vajrakilaya, who are tantric deities, both male. And Vajrasattva is the deity or Buddha, pure white Buddha, who repairs all broken vows. So it's the Buddha of purity. And when you do that practice, you are rinsing yourself with the nectar of Vajrasattva to clear all defilements or obscurations to your path. And Vajrakilaya is a deity with wings and sometimes has two legs standing on a corpse, but sometimes, more often, there's a purba body, meaning a dagger. So the bottom part of Vajrakilaya is this dagger-like object going down. So Vajrakilaya symbolizes reaching into the depths of matter and obscuration or illusion, and also the very subtle realms. The wings always represent the more subtle light realms. So kind of like with the Sufi, the way I equate Vajrakilaya and the practice and working with him is like the Sufis talk about, we come in a human form in order to experience the deepest separation because of this form, and still have the opportunity to be close to God, know we are one with God, so we have the full spectrum of experience. So I think of Vajrakilaya like that. But Vajrakilaya also has a purba in his hands, and he's rubbing it like so. And this is clearing all the obstacles for everyone.
And do we have a practice that's associated with Vajrakilaya?
There's a mantra.
There is.
Om Vajrakilaya, Kili Kilaya, Kili. Om Vajrakilaya, Kili Kili Kilaya. 3 swaha.
So bega nana hong pei, right? Om Benzra Kili Kilaya. Sawa bega nan hong pei.
There's a lot of different ones, so that's one sung, the one that I got from, let's see, His Holiness the Drinkung Kwagban Chetsang Rinpoche. It was very simple. It was very simple.
Maybe you already said it, Mershida, but isn't Vajrakilaya the wrathful form of Vajrasattva?
I don't know that. I've never heard that before.
I have.
Yeah, I have too.
Doesn't surprise me, like often the female deities are all emanations of Tara. They're all part of her form.
I think there's some Tongas of Vajrakilaya with a little Vajrasattva in his heart.
So why would we study Kalaya?
Clear obstacles.
Okay.
And in the depths of matter in your form and reaching into the heights of the most subtle realms. Stretching yourself in experience. Now, I have a Vajrasattva in my room, and the one that Swami Shambhavananda's wife, Faith, drew for me is in Pure and Saraswati. Is it in trying?
Do we have a Tonga of Vajrakilaya?
In my room?
It is the
It's a
one
big
in your
one.
room. But yeah, okay. That's it.
We have more than one, but that's one.
So
I remember. Go ahead, dear.
so spell Kalaya.
Usually Kalaya, Vajrakalaya. Kalaya.
I also see Kilaya.
Sometimes Kilaya, yeah. Sometimes Kilaya.
I was spelling it with a C. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to share?
I have a question. What is the relationship between, well, I'm just going to read this paragraph from, uh, there's this really large poem, alchemical poem, by this alchemist yogi named Bogar, and I read the whole thing today, and Rudra is in it. So I just want to read this one stanza and see what comes from it. The Shikara letter is in the middle. It is the animi. It is the element fire, coppery red in color. The fire's seed is Ram. The light of Om is like 10,000 suns. Rudra and Rudri stand in the middle. In asking what their qualities are, voracious eating, sloth, fear, and sleep. So I'm interested in what the relationship between Rudra and Rudri are.
Male, female.
Okay. And does this have to do with the sacral?
Well, this is the first time I'm hearing it like this, but Rudra is the oldest form of Shiva, and so I would think it's talking about transforming those things that you said with qualities. So transforming those densities and very fiery.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rudra's like the, if Shiva is the destroyer of the Trinity, Brahman, Vishnu, Shiva, and there's creator, sustainer, destroyer, Rudra is the destroyer of the destroyer. So like the fiercest aspect of Shiva. Because Shiva also
Wow.
has Brahman and Vishnu energy.
Mm-hmm.
There's always that Trinity. Yeah. Like
Very cool.
like a double Shiva.
Ooh, spicy. Is Siva and Shiva the same?
Yeah, Siva, it's sometimes spelled like that, it would be pronounced Shiva.
Got it.
Sometimes it's spelled SH and sometimes just as that.
Are they both they're feminine?
Shiva's not male nor female, but the deity that represents non-duality. So sometimes he's depicted, I always say he, because there's Shiva and Parvati, so that's more Shiva as male and Parvati as female, but Shiva alone often has one side male and one side female.
Rashida.
Yeah.
I found the Circle of Friends Vajrakalaya Sadhana, and it has the mantra written in here. Can I tell it to you? Maybe that will trigger
Okay.
your mind. Om Vajrakalaya Sarwe Beganan Bam Hung Pat Za Hung A.
Yeah, I mean, that's another more complex one,
Okay.
but there's a simpler one too. Often there's one that's more complex and one that's simpler.
Right.
I remember the simple one.
Clint, can we meet your guest? Can you hear me, Clint? I guess you can't hear us.
Ramana, do you have something you want to share?
Yeah, my cleaning lady is going to probably be able to fix my printer, and if not, her husband is a techie. So that's cool. And she invited me to her house for Christmas dinner.
Nice.
Isn't that sweet?
Very.
And her name is Anne, Anne, and that was my name when I was born.
Whoa.
And she has 3 cats. She doesn't mind helping me with my kitty box. And she's real sweet. And she's reading my book.
Sounds like a good connection.
Yeah, real good connection so far. So that's good news. And I don't have anything else to share but a poem later, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Noah, do you want to do that breath exercise tonight? The one I was talking about last night that works with the 5 pranas. You were asking about.
Yeah, I
Kundalini.
remember. I took notes on it and did my best to practice it. It's more. It's I don't know. I think it's one of the more complicated ones that I've learned. Um, but I think it'd be great. Let's do it.
All right.
I didn't get the post.
Haven't sent one.
Oh,
So the main 3 channels that we work with here are the 2 side channels that go from the nostrils, behind the eyes, around the brain, in the interior of the body, in line with your nipples, and they curve and hook below the navel in a W shape. And then those 2 side channels create the central channel that goes straight up through the crown. And there's the opening at the crown is like a tiny trumpet bell shape. So that's the channels we're working with here. And sometimes we breathe in and out the side channels like so, inhaling and exhaling. And sometimes we're inhaling and exhaling. And sometimes we're inhaling to get to a chakra because the chakras are contained in the central channel. And then we're exhaling back down and out. So that's just so that shape from the nostrils behind the eyes around down the interior of the body and then hooking together to create the central channel is foundational to a practice like that.
It goes from the nostril behind the eyes and where?
Around the brain or skull and then in the interior and straight down the interior on either side of your central channel.
Thank you.
All right, so we're working with the 5 pranas, these directions. And then by clearing the pranas, the chakras open and circulate light. So the first one is downward moving prana. And we focus at the secret chakra, which is right below the navel, and that's the juncture of the channels, sitting right there. So we're going to inhale through the side channels to that juncture and hold the breath. And begin to feel the pressure or prana while you're holding going downwards. And then when you exhale, exhale the prana downwards. And if you can, also keep track of the more physical breath going through the side channels, out the nostrils, into the space. And then you can just breathe normally for a moment. The next one is all pervasive prana. So this is where prana radiates out in all directions like the sun. It's associated with the air element. So we inhale through the side channels and again hold the breath at the juncture. And while holding, start to feel the pressure of the prana moving out in all directions and going out through your pores. Then you exhale out the pores, and also, if you can, still breathe out the channels at the same time, simultaneously. Right, then the third one is to inhale through the side channels, through the juncture, and up to the navel chakra, and hold. And while holding there, feel the prana radiating out in all directions from the navel. This is fire-like prana, and it warms the digestive system. So then when you exhale out of the navel in all directions. At the same time, you go down the central channel, up and out the side channels through the nostrils, back into the space. The next one is to inhale through the side channels, through the juncture, up the central channel to the heart and hold. Feel the prana radiating out from the heart in all directions. This is life force prana. And then when you exhale, you breathe out from the heart in all directions, as well as down the central channel, through the side channels and nostrils, back into the space. And then the fifth one, we inhale through the side channels into the juncture, up the central channel to the throat, and hold. Feel the prana pervading upwards, because this is upward moving prana. And so when you breathe out, you breathe up and out the central channel, as well as back down the central channel and side channels through the nostrils into the space. So now you've cleared the directions, and now inhale and hold at the secret chakra, and feel the prana pervading straight up the central channel through the crown. So when you exhale, it travels in that direction and shoots up into the 8th chakra, which is about a foot above the head. And then again, inhaling through the side channels, hold at the juncture. Focus on further up, North Star is how I focus on it. And then exhale through the central channel, through the crown, the 8th chakra, and all the way up through the North Star. And that points you to galactic center. And then the next breath is to inhale through the side channels, hold at the juncture. Exhale through your central channel, through the 8th, through the North Star, through galactic center, into all-pervading space. Then from all-pervading space, inhale there. And exhale all the way back down through these realms, into your crown, through your central channel, through your secret chakra, and root at the perineum, and go all the way to the core of the earth. And then again, inhaling from all-pervading space at galactic center. And exhaling all the way down through your central channel, through your root chakra, through the core of the earth, into, again, all-pervading space. Infinite, limitless space. Now sense space all around you, having really no location, and inhale there. Infinite points in space. And exhale in the direction of your heart center and into the infinite space of the heart. Then inhale from the infinite space of your heart and hold, and feel that radiance going back out And then exhale out in all directions into the infinite space out there. And then that little dance you can do as much as it feels good to make yourself more refined, be more and more of a nothing, become less important, become more unified with all there is. However your mind might come in to work with you in the way that you personally need. And it could set you up really well simply to rest in the silence and rest in the stillness, having cleared the prana. And I would say that kind of practice is the energy of Vajrakalaya, coming both directions, drawing back into itself and back out.
Thank you, Marshita.
You're welcome. All right, does anybody else have anything you want to bring up before we have Ramana's poem? Okay, Ramana, we're all ears.
Okay, dokie. Tonight is a very special poem, one of my favorites, called The Source. Coming forth from times forgotten past, a memory deep that lasts and lasts. Though incarnations may come and go, the depth of the desire to know. It is this song that leads the souls home, no matter how far or how long they may roam. For only one divine there be that fulfills all longing to be free. Once this is found, no underground nor fearful height could cause alarm, for one who knows is by time not bound. She can freely travel where she choose to seek and find what one can't lose. What chance of fear or sadness could reach toward one who knows no shoulds, to where the presence is the all, and breathing love fulfills the call.
Thank you, Ramana. That's really
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
His words on discipleship and worthiness. We're on the third one tonight. He says, above all, a disciple should be worthy. Realization will come sooner or later according to his worth. Above all, a disciple should be worthy. Realization will come sooner or later, according to his worth. And someone like the mother of Oroville might instead use a word like sincerity, according to his sincerity. So if the wanting is honest and very real, then the disciple is worthy.
Just like in the poem.
Right? Everybody feel complete?
Complete.
Yes.
Would somebody like to perform Clint's function since he's occupied?
I don't think
He did look.
Clint, I don't think he can hear us. Clint,
Yes.
1,
he
2,
needs to
3. Clint,
got us on mute.
knock, knock, Clint.
I'll take us away.
Okay.
Oh no, he's looking.
Here he comes.
Clint.
Here he comes.
Give us like a half pipe.
Is he?
Oh, no, he's still talking to his
He
guest.
waved his arm. We would know.
False alarm.
Clint, can we get a height?
Hi.
Hi,
Height!
hi,
Height!
hi.
Computer! Turn
Bye,
off.
Clint.